Floyd, you made 230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on, I ain't see I, R, or S in that ring taking no blows, and I'm supposed to send them. Yep, you're supposed to send them their cut. That's the way it works. And what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your
Is Mayweather broke?
Are y'all new here?
Yeah.
Is he broke?
Yeah.
He's broke.
Shannon Sharpe has consistently been one of the most outspoken critics of Floyd Mayweather's financial behavior and the contradictions in his public image. Mayweather's entire brand is built around wealth. He calls himself Money Mayweather and constantly flaunts his lavish lifestyle. From stacks of cash to luxury cars, high-end watches, private jets, and sprawling mansions. But lately, Shannon has been calling him out, questioning where all that money really goes, and whether there's as much of it left as Floyd wants people to believe. Sharpe's questions are blunt and to the point. If you're truly wealthy, why do you feel the need to constantly prove it? And why lie about buying things you might not even be able to afford?
No,
what do you make of it?
No, I don't like it. Skip, the man has made over $500 million.
$500 million?
In his last 3 fights. You're 50-0. You said you want to retire at 50-0. You said this was the last. Skip, I watched him be talking to Stephen A. Says, I'm done. I ain't coming back for no amount of money. I'm done. Come on, man. Come on, Floyd. This should be...
If Floyd Mayweather truly had the kind of money he claims, there'd be no need to constantly flex. Real wealth doesn't need to be loud. It's quiet, stable, and secure. But Shannon Sharpe has been quick to point out that Floyd's over-the-top displays don't always match up with reality. Mayweather's wealth seems more rooted in the image he's crafted than in any solid financial foundation. One of Shannon's biggest criticisms is the constant contradictions in Floyd's narrative. On one hand, Mayweather presents himself as untouchable when it comes to money, regularly throwing out figures in the hundreds of millions and showcasing piles of cash. But then there are the facts. Reports that he owes millions to the IRS, rumors of outstanding debts, and even recent claims that he was detained in another country over unpaid betting losses. These aren't just rumors, they're well-documented issues that raise serious questions about how much of Floyd's fortune is real, and how much is just for show.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your, your local host in a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
Reportedly, Floyd owes back taxes. And on top of that, he's even gone as far as publicly requesting extensions to delay those payments. That's a major red flag for someone who constantly claims to have an endless supply of money. The issue isn't just about debt. Plenty of wealthy people have debt. It's the hypocrisy that stands out. If you're posting pictures of yourself surrounded by stacks of cash, bragging about how much you're worth, then why is the IRS showing up at your doorstep? That's exactly where Shannon Sharpe draws the line and calls out the false narrative. If you're truly as wealthy as you say, paying your taxes on time shouldn't be a problem. It points to a deeper issue, a lack of financial responsibility, and highlights one of the biggest contradictions in Floyd's carefully curated image of wealth.
As you often say, you're just a guy with a job. I have a job, though. So who would you fight next?
And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends.
Your job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point. Why are you coming back?
I can make $200 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. Is that okay with you?
It's fine.
Okay,
I enjoy watching your fights.
Okay.
Who might be next?
But it's not just the tax issues that have Shannon Sharpe speaking out. Floyd Mayweather has built his entire identity around his wealth, often claiming to have made hundreds of millions over the years. But Shannon sees something else behind the flashy exterior: desperation. One of the biggest red flags for him? Floyd's string of exhibition fights. These aren't high-stakes matchups against top-tier opponents. They're often glorified sparring sessions against social media influencers or lesser-known fighters. To Shannon, it's clear these bouts aren't about preserving a legendary boxing legacy. They're about securing the next payday, and that's exactly the issue. If you're truly financially secure, why keep getting back in the ring? Especially against fighters who don't offer a real challenge. For Shannon, it raises serious doubts about Floyd's financial stability, and whether the Money Mayweather persona is more smoke and mirrors than actual wealth.
Money made all day. You know, right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20.
These actions don't just annoy Shannon, they also frustrate others in the boxing world.
Floyd's been in the game long enough to know when to walk away. But he hasn't. Why? Because he still needs the money, and even more than that, he needs to keep the image alive. It's less about the fight now and more about the attention, the spotlight, the illusion of being on top. Shannon Sharpe has called this out time and time again, pointing to how Floyd's actions go against everything a true wealth builder stands for. Real wealth doesn't need validation. It doesn't need to be constantly broadcast to the world. It's quiet, strategic, and secure, none of which align with how Floyd operates. Instead of using his platform to teach people how to build lasting wealth, Floyd seems more focused on maintaining the image of a man who has it all. But behind the flashy posts and exhibition fights, the truth feels uncertain. He's putting himself in situations where the money doesn't last and the legacy isn't growing. And the real question is, how long can he keep it up before the illusion fades?
Boxing. Just
Also
like the,
money.
Just like the, but I don't even think he don't need any
He
money.
spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Are
Floyd,
you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
And not just boxing. But it's the
Floyd's actions don't just get under Shannon Sharpe's skin. They've started to frustrate others in the boxing world too. People who've been around the sport long enough to see fortunes made and lost, and who understand what it really takes to secure long-term financial stability. Promoter Eddie Hearn, someone who knows the business side of boxing inside and out, has also raised eyebrows. He's openly questioned whether Floyd is as wealthy as he